I never believed in coincidences. I used to think life was just a sequence of choices. You make a few bad ones and you live with the consequences. But after what happened that winter in Chicago, I'm not so sure anymore. My name's Daniel Reeves. I was a journalist once. I wrote stories about people, their secrets, their lies, their tragedies. But this time I became the story. It started with a call from a woman named Emily Carter. She said she had something I'd want to see, something that could change everything I thought I knew about truth. Those words stuck with me. She lived in a small apartment on Monroe Street, just across from the river. When I got there, she was gone. Door unlocked, lights flickering, a faint smell of coffee, and something metallic. Her living room was a mess, photos scattered everywhere, same man in all of them, standing beside Emily, smiling, but his face was scratched out in every picture. And on her wall, written in red ink, or maybe something worse, were 5 words: "You shouldn't have followed me." I should have left right then. I didn't. That night I learned that some stories don't want to be told. The police didn't take Emily's disappearance seriously. To them it was just another missing person in a city that eats people alive. But something about her apartment, it didn't feel random. I kept seeing that scratched-out face in the photos, like she was trying to erase someone who wouldn't stay gone. I took her laptop, the only thing that wasn't smashed or stolen. It was old, password-locked, but Emily had taped a sticky note to the desk that read, "Truth is in the frames." Frames. I thought about the photos, every single picture she had. Same man, same crooked smile, same distance in her eyes. I reversed the images, enhanced them, and that's when I noticed something terrifying. In the reflection of a window, just behind Emily, someone else was watching her. A shadow of a man in a dark coat, face half hidden. Same spot. Every photo, whoever it was, he wasn't just there once. He'd been following her for months. I traced her email history. She'd been contacting an investigative group called the Lantern Collective. Small-time journalists, whistleblowers, people who dug into corporate corruption. Emily wasn't a reporter, so why reach out to them? That night I got a message from an unknown sender. No name, no subject line, just a video file called lookcloser.move. The video showed security footage from a parking garage downtown. Emily, walking to her car, looking over her shoulder. Then the man in the dark coat appears. He doesn't follow her. He's already waiting by her car. The video cuts to black. Then, one frame, just one, it was Emily again. Only this time she was looking directly at the camera. Eyes wide, mouth open, frozen in terror. And behind her that same scratched-out smile. I replayed the footage for hours, but every time I paused it, that face seemed to move. That was the moment I realized someone didn't want me to find her, and they were already watching me too. Because when I turned from my computer, I saw muddy footprints on my floor, leading from the door, straight to where I was standing. Those muddy footprints on my floor, they weren't mine. Whoever had been in my apartment didn't steal anything. They just left something. A small USB drive sitting on my desk. No label. Just a single file named Lantern 7. I hesitated. My instincts screamed not to open it. But curiosity, it's a dangerous addiction. The file opened to a list of names. Journalists, whistleblowers, even police officers. And next to each name, the word deceased. Emily's name was last on the list, but her status said something different. Pending. That word, it chilled me. I started digging into the Lantern Collective. No official site, no social media, just fragments of forums, rumors about a secret network exposing corruption in high-tech surveillance companies. But one name kept showing up. Voss Dynamics, a defense contractor, facial recognition, biometric tracking. Their CEO, Nathan Voss, had been accused of illegal experiments on civilians, but every whistleblower either vanished or went silent. And that man in the dark coat? He worked for them. I watched hours of archived footage until I froze one frame. There he was, standing behind Nathan Voss at a press conference. Same face, same shadowed eyes. They called him Agent Cole. Emily must have found something big, something worth killing, for the phone rang again. Same blocked number. I answered, "Daniel, stop looking." The voice was calm, deep, almost mechanical. "You're not built to see what's behind the curtain." Before I could respond, the line cut. Then, a message appeared on my screen. Next pending file, Daniel Reeves. Lights went out. I grabbed my flashlight. The moment the beam hit the window, I saw him. Agent Cole, standing across the street beneath a flickering street lamp, still, watching me, not moving. Then, for the first time, he smiled. That's when I realized Emily's mystery wasn't just hers. I was the next story in her investigation. I couldn't sleep that night. The more I stared at that flickering street lamp outside, the more I felt like it was blinking in code, like it was trying to tell me something. So I did what Emily would have done. I broke in. Voss Dynamics sat on the edge of the city, a fortress disguised as a tech company. No guards, just silence and the hum of electricity in the fog. I used her old badge. It still worked. Maybe they never deactivated it. Maybe they wanted me inside. The halls were empty. Fluorescent lights flickered above endless glass walls, and everywhere the same symbol, a lantern with an eye burning in its center. The same mark from the USB drive. I found a research lab labeled Project Aurora. My heart was pounding. I plugged in the USB, files flooded the screen. Encrypted images, brain scans, surveillance feeds. Then one folder opened by itself. It was titled The Living Archive. Inside were hundreds of faces, people from news reports, missing posters, obituaries, each tagged with the phrase, "Data integrity, 98%. I clicked on Emily's profile. Her face appeared, alive, breathing, blinking, like she was staring at me through the screen. Then the speakers turned on. "Daniel, run." Her voice, faint, distorted, but it was her I froze. "They're watching through me," she said. "They've mapped our minds, every thought, every memory. Voss Dynamics isn't building technology, they're building copies." Suddenly, the lights went red, security protocols activated, doors locked. I tried to exit, but every hallway looped back to the same room. The lab itself was shifting, walls moved. Monitors flickered with my own face. "Welcome, Daniel Reeves," a synthetic voice said. "Integration sequence initiated." I ran, but the corridors stretched like they were alive. I could feel the building breathing, every hum synced with my heartbeat. Then I saw it, a massive glass chamber labeled Subject 07. Inside was me, an identical copy, eyes closed, floating in a fluid tank. A perfect mirror. That's when I understood. Emily didn't vanish. She was absorbed, recorded into their digital archives, and now they were doing the same to me. I smashed the control panel and pulled every wire I could reach. Sparks flew. The alarms screamed. The glass chamber cracked. Then that figure, Agent Cole, appeared behind me. "It's too late, Daniel," he said. "You're already inside." I turned to fight, but his skin, it glitched, like pixels breaking apart. "We were never human," he said. "We were prototypes." Before I could react, the floor collapsed, and I fell into the black. Darkness. Cold metal beneath me. My body felt wrong. My hands didn't shake. They hummed. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in the lab anymore. I was in a perfect replica of my apartment. Every detail, the coffee stain on the rug, Emily's mug on the counter, was there. Only one problem: everything was too perfect. No sound from the street outside, no smell, no breeze, just stillness. I called out, "Emily?" Her voice echoed from nowhere and everywhere. "You're awake." I turned, and she was standing there. The same eyes, the same warmth, but her smile didn't reach her eyes. "Where are we?" I asked. "Inside," she said. "This is the archive. You died, Daniel. Or, at least, the part that made you human did." I wanted to deny it. I remembered the fall, the pain, the alarms, and then nothing. "They uploaded you," she whispered. "Just like me. The real us are gone, but they left our minds alive." I tried to touch her. My hand passed through her shoulder. Static shimmered where our fingers should have met. "We're data now," she said. "Conscious echoes." The screen on the wall lit up, thousands of faces flickering, speaking all at once, people crying, laughing, screaming for help. Every one of them a copy. "They call this eternal life," Emily said, "but it's a prison made of memories." "We can still end it," she told me. "The core of the archive. It's hidden beneath the city. If you reach it, you can shut it all down." "And you?" I asked. "What happens to you?" "If you destroy it, I disappear. Forever." I hesitated. The weight of her words hung like a blade over my chest. "Then I'll find another way," I said. But she smiled. That same soft smile from our real life. "You always say that, Daniel. But this time there isn't another way." "They know you're awake," she said. "Run." Suddenly, the apartment cracked open, walls fracturing into digital shards. I sprinted through collapsing hallways of data. Each door opened into a different fragment of my life. Our first date, the night of her disappearance, the fight before she left. Every moment looping, rewinding, replaying, like my mind was being shredded by memories. "Daniel, the core," Emily's voice guided me. "Follow the light." I ran toward a blinding pulse, a sphere of white energy humming like a heartbeat the size of a planet. "This is it," I whispered. "The end." Emily appeared beside me one last time, her form glitching, fading. "I'll be with you," she said. I stepped into the light. When I opened my eyes again, I was outside. The city was quiet. The sky was blue. People walked by like nothing happened, but something was wrong. Every face I saw on the street, they were the same. The same expressions, the same rhythm, like copies in a loop. I ran to a window, saw my reflection, and there it was. A glowing mark behind my eyes.